How's it going, you beautiful bastards? How are you all doing? My name is Nate, and here we are with our Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, all new Pokemon tier listing video, and I am excited for this one. I've been waiting to get this video out for a very long time. Finally, we're here. All the new Pokemon are out. I've seen them all, so I haven't got to worry about spoilers. But if you have not finished the game yet, or you've been avoiding spoilers, I will put a spoiler warning in this video, and I'll give you a few seconds just to click off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, here we are. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet tier listing. And I'm just going to go in the order that it's in. This tier was made by JakeGem7 on Twitter. So make sure to go and give them a follow. And I will put the link to this tier list in the description as well, so you can give it a go yourself. If you do actually do a video on this, make sure to tag me in that video, and then I can have a look as well, because, you know, I like to watch other people's tier listing videos. But yeah, here we are. So I'm just going to do it in the order that it is in this list. It's obviously in a funky order, but it's got every single Pokemon from all the different stages, all the different Area Zero Paradox Pokemon. It's got everything on here. So we're just gonna start straight off. But all I will say before we start is I think this is one of my favorite generations for new Pokemon. Obviously, putting aside the Pokemon Black and White series, I think that was really good as well. But no, here we are, Scarlet and Violet. We're just going to start straight off because there's so many Pokemon to discuss here, and this is probably going to be quite a long video. Also, if you didn't know already, I have been hosting a giveaway for the last month for a Pokemon card case, which is sold by TCG Exchange. I will be announcing the giveaway winner in this video, so keep an eye out for that at some point in this video. And if you are the winner, make sure to hit me up on Twitter. And yeah, so anyway, here we are, Pokemon tier making video, Scarlet and Violet, Gen 9. Let's just go. Right, so let's start off with the Tinkaton line. So we've got Tinkatink, which I never actually saw until post game, to be honest with you. I thought that Tinkertuff was actually the first Evo. I thought it was a 2-stage, and then I saw Tinkatink, and I was like, oh, he's got a pre-Evo. It's so cute. But I really like Tinkatink. In terms of where shall I put it, I think I'm going to put that up in the B tier, the Tinkatink, because it's decent. It definitely surprised me to know that it does have a pre-Evo, and it's just pretty cute. It kind of reminds me of that. I never used to play these games that much, but from Sonic, like that little blue chibi thing. I'll put a picture up somewhere because I can't remember what it's called for the life of me. Sonic fans out there probably know what I'm on about, but anyway. Then we got Tinkertuff. Again, was the first one of this line that I saw, and I think I liked it just that little bit more than Tinkatink. So I'm gonna put that in. I'm gonna put that at the top of the B tier. Similar sort of situation to Tinkatink, a little bit better. Obviously, it is an evolution, so a little bit biased there, but hey ho. Then we got Tinkaton. Now this thing carried me through my story. I had this in my team. As soon as I got Tinkertuff, I evolved it into Tinkaton, and I fell in love with it instantly. I think this is a quality Pokemon, and it's like this little tiny thing with this big bastard forehammer on its back. It's so sick. It's so sick, and this 100% is going into S tier because I just loved it. And to be honest, this is the Pokemon that carried me through my first playthrough of the game. So hey ho, there you go. So then we've got Charcadet. Now Charcadet, I have mixed feelings on. Now Charcadet evolving into one or the other is a cool idea. I really like that, and it's a pretty cool design. However, the shiny does upset me. But we'll go through the shinies probably in a later video. I'm going to rate all the shinies in a later video because I don't really want to base this off of their shinies. But Charcadet as a whole, pretty sick mon. Pretty sick that you can evolve into either Cerulege or Armarouge, and it's quite cool as well that you can get Charcadet in both games, and then obviously you can get the item from Scarlet or Violet, and then you can evolve it into Cerulege or Armarouge. Obviously I had Scarlet, so Armarouge was the Pokemon that I had, but Charcadet, 1,000,000% A tier. I think he's pretty sick. I really liked his design. I actually saw one quite early on because somehow I managed to just skip like 5 gyms and just end up near like the top of the map. So, and then I saw a Charcadet just chilling there, and that's when I got my my Charcadet. So, and I did actually have Armarouge in my final playthrough as well. And yeah, so it was pretty sick. And then we've got Armarouge, again, pretty cool mon. I do prefer Cerulege over Armarouge, don't get me wrong. However, I did have an Armarouge in my game, and I did fall in love with him, and I love his signature move. It is pretty cool, and it doesn't make it too overpowered because it lowers his attack, lowers his defense and special defense, I think it is, or something like that. And yeah, I think it's pretty sick. So I'm going to put Armarouge in the... I'm going to put him in the A tier, I think. I think that's very fair for him. Pretty cool Mon. Sort of reminds me of Mega Man a little bit, so... Yeah, I do really like him. Then we got Ceruledge. S tier. Sorry, but it's cool. I love it. I love it. It's Ceruledge. How can you not love it? Then we got Toadscore. Now, I'll be honest, when I first saw this thing, I was like, what is this? I thought it was a Paldean tentacle. And weirdly, I like it. I don't know why I like it so much, but when I saw him, I thought, yeah, this is mad. Like they gave him a complete. It's not even It's not even tentacle. Like it's its own sort of convergent species, similar to obviously Wiglet and Wugtrio. So it's a similar sort of concept, and I quite liked it. So I think I'm gonna put Toadskull and Toadscrawl in the A tier. I think Toadscrawl is a little bit better actually. Than Toadskull, but yeah, I really like it. I never had one in my team, sadly. I didn't actually use it that long. I caught a Toadskull, I evolved it, and I used it for a little bit, and then I found something a little bit better, which I'll go into in a little bit. But I found that a little bit better to go in my first playthrough. But again, I think they are pretty sick designs, and the shinies are phenomenal for them. But again, we'll go into shinies in a future video because, you know, content. I've got to do more content, so hey-ho. Anyway, I'm not even gonna, you know, there's nothing to talk about. Literally nothing to talk about. Come off it. You know, King Gambit. Oh my god. I didn't even know this thing evolved. I genuinely didn't even know that Bisharp evolved until I saw it in the final battle, the champion battle in the game. And I was like, what's this? And it was, mate, I fell in love instantly. I thought this thing is mental. They done a madness. They done a madness with Bisharp, and yeah, it's definitely up there. One of my favourite Pokemon in the game. It's just so sick, and I know he's definitely a fan favourite. I know a lot of people have said that they really like King Gambit, so you know, understandably, I have to follow the crowd like a sheep. No, I'm joking. No, he's beautiful. He is phenomenal. Right, here we go. Right, here we go. So. Oh man, Clodsire is literally, I'm sorry, but he's the perfect Mon. Like, I don't think he's as good as King Gambit, but he is 100% S tier, 100% S tier. You know, I fell in love with this thing. As soon as I saw him, I was like, yeah, he's going in my team. I didn't have him in my final battle, though. I'll be honest with you, I did not have him in my final battle because I found something, again, I found something slightly, I wouldn't say slightly better, but just something a little bit more range, because I had a lot of Pokemon with similar movesets, so I kind of wanted to have sort of like an even playing field with the Pokemon moves. But Clodsire, man, you smashed it. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a Paldean Quagsire, and it just shocked me. It shocked me, and I never actually knew that. I never knew like kind of what Paldean Wooper was going to evolve into, and then I saw one of these in the wild, surrounded by a load of Paldean Woopers, and I was like, they made the perfect Mon. Then we got the Wooper as well, Paldean Wooper. I'm gonna put him in the B tier. Pretty cool. Definitely not up there. One of my favourite Pokemon. I had one on my team, obviously, but it was off my team as quickly as possible because I just wanted something a little bit better. But yeah, Paldean Wooper is still pretty sick. I think I prefer it to the original the original Wooper. Yeah, I love it. I do love it. Oh, here we go. We've got another one. We've got Annihilate, man. This thing is a monster. It's a monster. I love it. Well, I know it's Pocket Monsters, but still. And I can see you all in the comments now.
Just like, hey, every Pokemon is a monster because it's Pocket Monsters, so, you know, don't say stupid things, Nate.
Anyway, no, Annihilate is crazy. He's definitely going at the top of the A tier. I don't think he's good enough for the S tier still, but man, this thing he was in my team. He was in my final battle. He one of the other Pokemon that carried me through the game, along with Tinkaton. And yeah, I fell in love with him instantly. I didn't know that they was going to make an evolution for Primeape, so it did shock me a little bit. It did shock me. Then we got the Tauroses. Now, we got obviously the classic Paldean Tauros, which was pretty cool. However, I'm going to put him in the C tier because it's not as crazy as I initially thought. You know, I first saw it, I thought, oh, that's a new Mon, and then that was it. You know, I never had one on my team. I do now have a shiny one. If I have posted the shiny reaction by now, I don't think I have, but if I have, I'll put it in the iCard. But yeah, it's okay. You know, it's okay. However, moving forward with the Tauroses, I'm going to put both of these in the beer tier. Could go for a beer. I'm going to put them both in the B tier, the fire and the water type Paldean Tauros. I think that was a pretty cool idea what they've done with them. And yeah, there's not much more to say on them. I think it's pretty cool. I first saw one and I thought, what's this? What, is this like an evolution for Paldean Tauros or what? I didn't know. I was so confused. And then I kind of did some research. Thank you, Sarah B, which answered all my questions. And I thought, you know what, that's pretty sick. That is pretty sick. But again, I never had one on my team, so I can't really speak much on them. Design-wise, is pretty cool, especially the water one. I really like the water one because I saw a clip. I'll see if I can find a clip and post it and put it on this video. But damn, this thing, the tails I thought were ugly, and then I realised it can swim through the water and it uses it as a propeller, which kind of made me like it a little bit more. So yeah, it is pretty cool. Now we've got the starters. Oh, this is a hard one because if you watched my first tier ranking video before the games obviously come out, I ranked all of the officially announced Pokemon, and I wasn't too sure how to feel about the starters because I liked all three of them, but I was so concerned about the final evolutions. But now we have them, I can actually talk a bit more on them. So disregarding the final evolutions and whatever, I'm gonna go straight out and put Sprigatito in the B tier. I'm going to put Voicoco in the A tier. That side, mate. That side. Cheers. And I'm going to put Quaxley in the S tier. I know, I'm biased. I can see you all in the comments now.
Fuck you biased little shit.
Whatever. Don't care. It's Quaxley. I love him. It's water types. I'm biased to water types, man. Come on. You know me by now. Okay, so we have Florigato. Now, I can't lie, I'm not the biggest fan of cat Pokemon on 2 feet. However, I quite like this. And I know I'm going to get a lot of hate in the comments. I quite like this. I don't think it's as good as Sprigatito's, which is why I've put this in the B tier. However, I do really like it. It's not my favourite, but I would say it's definitely better than some previous cat Pokemon on 2 feet, especially starters. You all know who I'm on about. I don't even have to say it. I don't even have to say it. You know who I don't like. Then we've got Meowscarada. Again, I quite like this design, actually. I was not the biggest fan at first, but then I was looking more into it. I now have one in my boxes, and I have been using him, especially in raid battles, and I quite like him. And I think his signature move makes me like it just that little bit more. So I think I'm going to put this one at the front of the line. I think it's pretty cool. And yeah, I think it's supposed to be like a magician or something. And yeah, I think it's decent. I don't think it's the worst final evolution cat Pokemon. Okay, so now we've got Crocodile. Now Crocodile is pretty cool. I like the idea of him, actually. I was a bit concerned about this line, to be honest, because I really did like Voicoco when I first saw him. I was like, he's pretty cute. You know, there's not a thought behind his eyes. And I was a bit concerned about his evolutions. However, that being said, I'm going to put Crocodile in front of Voicoco. I weirdly, when I saw him, I thought, yeah, I like that. I quite like where they're going with this. And a little sombrero in his head and everything is so cool. It's so cool. And I did a bit of research. I never realised this at first, but there's like, it's actually an egg in his sombrero, so it's like a nest with an egg in it, which is just, I thought that was pretty cute. So yeah, I can't lie, I have a bit of a soft spot for Crocodile. Then we have Skeledirge. Now, firstly, the name itself, Skeledirge, is such a creative name. I heard the name before I saw it, and I thought, rah, I wonder what that could be. Skeledirge. And then when I saw him, again, this is another Pokemon I never realised. I never realised a lot of things behind it at first. But when I first saw the design and I knew it was a singer, I was like, yeah, this is sick. A tier, 100%. And then I found out that the little bird that he uses in his signature move, and the little bird that's sitting on the end of his nose is the egg that's hatched, and it's just so cute. I love it. Yeah, Skeledirge's pretty sick. It is pretty sick, but again, not my favourite one, not my favourite starter. You know, I've got to be biased. I'm sorry. Now we've got Quaxwell. Definitely my favourite middle evolution of the starters. He's going to go in front of Quaxley. I'm sorry. I'm biased. I'm sorry. I can't help it. But yeah, he's pretty sick. I think he's actually a fan favourite as well in terms of the middle evolutions. I think a lot of people really liked Quaxwell, and once I saw Quaxwell, I kind of knew what direction he was going. I did actually predict he was either going to be a dancer or a singer. Obviously, the singer was taken up by Skeledirge, so obviously you can just tell by his design alone, he's going to be a dancer. He's going to be like a really fluent, light water kind of dancer kind of thing. I don't know what I'm doing right now. And then we've got Quaquaval, or however you say it, I don't know. Is it Quaquaval or Quaquaval? I've always just called him Quaquaval, but I'm probably mispronouncing it. Let me know in the comments how you pronounce it, because I really don't know. But yeah, he's sick. I like that he's a peacock. I do like peacocks. Don't be editing that, making memes out of that, please. I know what you lot are like. No, Quaquaval, however you say it, yeah, mad. He's pretty sick. He sort of gives me the idea of, if you've ever watched a TV show called Strictly Come Dancing, all the Brits probably know what that is. It just reminds me of Strictly Come Dancing. Right, I'm here to rudely interrupt you watching this video. I know, I'm a rude little sod, aren't I? But I'm here to announce the winner of the TCG Exchange Pokeball card case. And the winner of the card case is Rebel Warwick. Congratulations, my friend. Thank you for entering this giveaway. I will reach out to you on Twitter within the next 24 hours, or you can reach out to me as well if you see this. And yeah, you just do you, mate. I'll message you in within the next day, and we can go from there. And then you will be given 48 hours to claim the prize, so just be aware of that. But yeah, congratulations, and I'm going to send you back over to the video now, so enjoy. Now, Lechonk. Okay, so didn't go the way I thought he was going to go. However, I don't dislike it at all. I don't dislike it in the slightest. So, Lechonk can go in. I'm going to put him at the bottom of the B tier. I liked him a lot at first. He was my baby when I first saw him. But I can't be too biased with the Lechonk line, because I can only be biased for one thing, and that's my water types. So anyway, I'm gonna get shot in the comments now. People are just gonna shoot me down because I put Lechonk not in S tier. Then we've got the evolution, which I think is called Oinkologne or Oikolodge or something like that. I can't remember what it's called for the life of me, but I think it's Oikolong. I think that's what it's called. But if I mispronounce it, let me know in the comments. So you've got the male and female ones. You've got the male one, which I think is this one. I'm going to put that in front of Lechonk, and then we've got the male one. The female one, which is here. I think I prefer the female one over the male one. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I first saw it in the wild. I never actually evolved my Lechonk. He was replaced quite quickly. I'm sorry. I'm very, very sorry. But yeah, it's okay. It's okay. There's not a lot more I can say on it, to be honest. The time is here. Okay, I'm sorry. We all wanted an evolution for Dunsparce. So many years we keep asking for an evolution for Dunsparce. And surprisingly, I like its evolution. And I don't know why. It's just, I think I like it more because it's a blatant fuck you from the Pokemon Company. It's like, you wanted an evolution, you got an evolution. Now shut up. That's literally all the Dunsparce is. And just that sole reason alone, it's going in the A tier. Both the 3 and 2 stage, the 2 segment forms are going in the A tier. I don't know why I like it so much. It's just cool. It's just cool. Now we've got the spider, and it's called, I can't remember. So it's called Tarantula. Thank you, Cerebi. It's called Tarantula. And I don't know, I'm not usually the biggest fan of the spider Pokemon, but it was okay, to be honest. I saw him, I thought, oh, that's cute, but yeah, I wasn't too crazy. I wasn't too crazy on it, so I'm going to put that one in the D tier. I wasn't too crazy on it. But then again, I've never really been the biggest fan of the spider Pokemon. But then we have the evolution, which is called Spidops. Now, again, I have mixed feelings on this one, because I would say it's definitely better than Tarantula. but I don't know. It gives me like a robotic Spider-Man vibes from it, especially the shiny. It just reminds me of Spider-Man quite a lot. However, again, I'm not too crazy on it. I did have one on my team at one point, and then it was gone the next minute. So yeah, I mean, Spidops can go in the D tier. It's all right. You know, it's not. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy on it. Now we have Nimble. Nimble, that whole line in itself is decent. Nimble, however, is interesting. I think it's pretty cute. Don't get me wrong. But I think I'm going to put this one in the C tier. It's okay. Again, I'm not too crazy on bug types. That's the thing. With the exception of the next one, Low Kicks. Man, this thing's a monster. I love it. S tier, 1000%. Actually, you know what? You can go just in front of Quaxley. S tier, 100%. Beautiful. Masterpiece. I love it. I genuinely love this Pokemon. It is a monster. I didn't have one in my team, however. I did catch one. I didn't catch one until after the game. Until after I finished the entire game. And that's actually the first time I saw one, I think. Unless I battled someone with one, I don't know. I can't remember. But no, this thing is a beast. And it's going in the S tier, 1000%. So cool. If you don't like it, unsubscribe. Go away. I don't like you. Come on, Relor, man. Relor. S tier. Sorry, I did it. I made it happen. So cool. It's literally a dung beetle. But it's cool. I love him. I love it to bits. I first saw this. Again, this is another Pokemon I think I saw like very late on in the story. And I was in love. I love it. I love it. But then we have Rabscar. Again, another Pokemon I never saw till late game. Yeah, I don't want to do this, but I kind of have to. Yes, there we go. S tier. This is cool. It's mad. It's a cool design. You know, its little ball of poo kind of turns into a... I don't even know, like a Rick and Morty type shit going on up there. And it's sick. I love him. I love it. It's Rabscar. Now, Greavard. Greavard is... he's cute, but I'm not crazy on him. I said it. I'm sorry. I like him, though. You know, I usually like my dog Pokemon. I usually do. I'm going to put him in the C tier because, again, I'm just not crazy on him. He's okay. He's not something I would go for in terms of a team. You know, he's decent, though. I do like him. I don't hate him in the slightest. You know what? So far, I've got no Pokemon that I genuinely have hatred for. But... that being said, we do have the evolution. So we have Houndstone here. And Houndstone is an extremely powerful Pokemon. It is, as far as I know, it's been banned in official tournaments already because it's that broken. But I'm putting that aside. Design-wise, it's so cool. It's definitely gives off Ghost-type vibes, and it's just so sick. Where would I put this? I think this definitely belongs. Speak English, Nate. It definitely belongs in the B tier, 100%. I don't think it's a crazy Pokemon. I don't think it's something that I wouldn't use, but again, it's not something I would use either, so it's okay. Now, Flittle. I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, but I don't like it. I really don't. It's got an okay shiny, I suppose, but it's just I don't know. It just felt really out of place, and it still does even now. It just feels really out of place. Doesn't feel like it belongs in the game. It's just a bit random in my opinion. It's like Chingling but worse. It's not giving me vibes. I saw it and I was like meh, you know. But I do have a shiny one though, I think, somewhere. Then we've got the evolution Espathra, something like that. I'm going to look this one up now because I genuinely haven't got a foggiest what this thing's called because I'm not interested. Genuinely. Espathra? I think that's what it's called. I'm probably butchering its name, but I don't really care. Another Pokemon I'm going to put in the F tier. I think it's slightly better than Flittle, 100%. It is an evolution. But, I'm not crazy on it. I mean, I'm sure there are Espathra fans out there, but I didn't get any vibes from this thing in the slightest. I mean, in all fairness, because I progressed a bit too far and I accidentally ended up quite late on in the game, I had like my level 20s, and then I come across a level 45 one of these things, and I shit myself because I was like, how do I get away from this? Because I couldn't run. It wasn't letting me run. I don't know why. I think it's probably just got a very high chance to just keep you there. But no, Esparthra, I'm not crazy about. It's yeah, you know, it's just there, isn't it? Now we have Farigiraf. Now, Farigiraf is... I will say, when I first saw it, I liked it. I had one on my team, and I started to dislike it. For the simple reason, you know, I don't hate it, but I dislike it. Because they could have done more with it. They could have made its typing a little bit better. They could have made it a bit of a better design. I think they could have, like I said in the previous tier ranking video, they could have done something a little bit better in the sense of the ghost type kind of thing, which we saw in older games, and they didn't do it. They didn't do it, and they just ruined it, I think. So I'm going to put that one in the D tier, at the bottom of the D tier, because it's meh. Okie dokie. Now, if you remember in the first video, I did put Wiglet in the bottom tier. However, now I've seen its evolution, which I did say my opinions may change if I see its evolution. Wiglet can go up to the C tier, because I did have one on my team. And it is I think I did like him a bit more. Once I saw him in game, I was a bit more interested. I quite like him. I like how he's like up and down all the time. He's pretty cute. His evolution though, Wugtrio, man, I'm so happy they didn't do what I thought they was going to do with him. I thought they was just going to give him 3 heads, but they made him red, and that shocked me. I didn't expect it, and he can easily go in the B tier. He's decent. He's pretty cool. I quite like him, you know, and I'm glad he didn't do what I thought it was going to do. I thought it was literally just going to be 3 heads with the same design of Wiglet, just 3 heads next to each other, just like Dugtrio. But they didn't do that. They kind of put him in a rock, and then he's like at the rock, you know. It was yeah, he was cool. When I first saw it, I thought, yeah, that's mad. That's mad. Now we have Dondozo. Now, if you remember from the False Dragon Titan challenge, was it shocked me because I didn't expect it to jump out and eat the bloody fish like that. Poor sod. But yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's not something I think I dislike it more than I should, because it's not an evolution for Whiscash. I think that really upsets me. It really does upset me, but I don't hate it. So I'm going to put this one. I'm going to put this one at the top of the D tier, I think. It's okay, you know. I don't hate it. I don't think it. I think it belongs in the game 100%. It's pretty cool. You know, talking about shinies as well. It's got a gorgeous shiny, very noticeable, very beautiful shiny, and yeah, it's okay, but not a Pokemon I would opt in to use in my team. Veluza, however, yeah, B tier. He's cool. He's very, very cool. It scared the living crap out of me because I didn't realise it would be that fast. But if you know, you know. When you're swimming in the water, you know, and you see a Veluza miles away, you're like, oh yeah, that thing can't see me, and it just goes at you, and you shit yourself. Yeah, that was the first time I saw Veluza. I was like, what the fuck is this? I'm getting away from this. It scares me, but I like him for that reason. Finally, we have a dolphin Pokemon. We have a dolphin. Ah, Finizen, man. I love you. I really do. You are going in the A tier, sir. You are going in the A tier. I love you. I saw him and I was like, yeah, that is on my team 1000%. And I'm glad I did, which I'll go into in a minute. There is a reason why I'm glad I did. Then we've got Palafin, which is the evolution. I think because it doesn't change much, I'm going to put it in the bottom of the A tier, because that doesn't change much. However, we do have the 0 to hero form. Oh, yes. Yeah, you are going. Where are you? Where am I going to put you? I'm going to put you up here, mate. I'm going to put you up here. Palafin 0 to hero. I swear this thing is literally Pokemon All Might. He is so sick. And I didn't actually know it would do that. You know, I was battling the champion. I genuinely didn't know this thing was going to do that. You know, I used the flip turn move on him. I thought, oh, you know, it's a bit like U-turn. So I thought, yeah, I'll put that on him. And I attacked one of the champion's Pokemon. And when I switched out, I thought, okay, right, now she's brought out this Pokemon. So let's switch back into Palafin. And when I did that, he looked different. And I was like, whoa, what's this? that's cool. And it says 0 to hero. And I was like, I love him. Yeah, I fell in love with Palafin's 0 to hero form. And yeah, he's definitely up there. One of my favourite Pokemon in the game. It's just so sick. Smoliv, I'm going to put in the... I'm going to put him in the C tier. He's okay. He's okay. Not a lot more I can say on him. However, I was scared about his evolution, and I'm glad it's not what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be Leavanny 2.0, and I'm glad it's not. So we have Doliv, which is the evolution of Smoliv. I think I'm going to put that at the top of the C tier. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's really cute. It sort of reminds me of a mixture of kind of the Hisui and Lilligant in a way. It sort of reminds me of Hisui and Lilligant, obviously mixed with a bit of Smoliv in there as well. I think it's pretty cute. And then we have the evolution, and I was shocked when I saw it, and I surprisingly I quite like it. It's decent. It's not my favourite Pokemon, but I really do like it. I think it's called, is it Arbolivia? I think I'm saying that right. But anyway, either way, I really do like this. I'm not crazy on it, but I do like it. And I'm going to put this one right at the top of the B tier. Actually, no. You know what? No, I'm going to put that at the bottom of the A tier. I think it just a little minuscule makes it up there to the A tier. I do really like it. Shiny, however, could be a bit better. It's a bit of a sad shiny. But again, we'll go into that later. It's decent, you know. It's okay. Okay, so we have Capsakid, but I'll do him in a minute because I didn't actually see him till very late on. I didn't know that Scovillain had a pre-evolution. I thought that was literally what it was, just a standalone Pokemon. So I never actually saw Capsakid till a late on game. But yeah, I think Scovillain is pretty decent. I really love the typing. I love the idea of it. It's like bell peppers. It's really cool. Not my favourite Pokemon, but I'm going to put him quite high up in the... I'm going to put him... I'm going to put him second in the A tier. I think he definitely belongs there. Pretty sick. I love the idea of him. And yeah, pretty sick typing. I'd love to see this in VGC battles. 100%. I need to see this in VGC battles. But then we have Capsakid as well. Now Capsakid, I think wasn't needed. I think it was I think it was just like I wouldn't say rush work, but I just don't think it was needed to make Scovillain look better. I think Scovillain could have done with just being a standalone. But Capsakid, I'm going to put in the C tier, right at the bottom of the C tier. Yeah, there's not really a lot I can say on that, to be honest. Besides, yeah, it should have just been a standalone as Scovillain, and that's it. Now we have the Bellibolt line. As you know, when the trailer was announced, I did fall in love with Bellibolt, and I really do love him. And I don't think I had one in my team, though. Ever actually had one in my team. But his pre-evolution, Tadbulb, is meh. You know, it's meh. You know, I'm gonna put it in D tier. It's meh. You know, I know it's a bulb, and if you know, you know. You know, the bulbs are quite an important thing for me. If you know, you know. But anyway, yeah, Tadbulb is meh. You know, it's again another Pokemon I don't think was needed for its evolution to look better. But you know, I don't hate it. But then we have Bellibolt, and I like him a lot more than Tadbulb. I don't think I like him as Tinkertuff. I'm going to put Bellibolt. I think B tier is definitely the right place for him, but I think I'm going to put him... I'm going to say here. I think he's better than all of these Pokemon, but not as good as others, basically. He's a decent mon, though. I wished I had one in my team. I wanted one in my team, but I didn't put him in my team. I don't know why. I think I just got too carried away with the story a bit, and then, yeah, it is what it is. Okay, now, I did suspect that these Pokemon were a thing. I did suspect it. When we saw the car for the first time, I was like, that thing has an eye, that is a Pokemon. And I was right. We was all right. That thing is a Pokemon. However, I did forget his name, so now I need to look for him on Cerebi to remember what his name is, because I never used one or never really bothered with one. So we have Varoom. Now, Varoom is interesting. I like how quick this thing is. It's very, very speedy Pokemon, and when you find one in the wild, and you're just sitting there, oh wow, that's so cool, and it's just like right into you, and it's just like, whoa, hold on a minute. It's okay though. It's pretty cool. I like its typing. It's got a very interesting typing. It's got the steel poison typing, which is I would say a very cool typing. However, it's 4 times weak to ground types. But that aside, design wise as a whole, I'm going to put him in. I'm going to say here. I think that's completely fair. I'm going to put Varoom there. Then we have Reveroom. I think I like him a bit more than Varoom, but again, I think I'm gonna put him in C tier as well. It's okay. Not a Pokemon I'd opt in to use, but I like the idea that it was a major part of the Team Star storyline. Now we have, is it Earthworm? I'm just gonna call him Earthworm because that sounds better to me. But anyway, Earthworm is okay. Again, another Pokemon that was one of the Titans, and was random, a bit random in my opinion. But yeah, I don't hate him, so I'm going to put him in the C tier as well. But I'm going to put him in front of Reveroom. I think that's a fair place to put him. But yeah, again, another Pokemon I'm not crazy about. Now we have the mice. I don't care. I don't care. Bottom of D tier. All of them go bottom of D tier. I'm sorry, but it's literally mice. There's nothing to it. It's just a family of mice. Yeah, it's just I'm not a fan. You know, when I first saw him, I was like, I can't even be asked to catch this because it's just mice. You know, it's nothing crazy about them. But then again, I don't hate them as much as these two. I don't. Yeah, just yeah. They are what they are. Now we have the pre-evolution of Cetitan. We have Citoddle, and when I first saw him, I was like, oh, I love him. And I had one on my team. 100%. You can go in the A tier, mate. I really do like you. I didn't expect that the pre-evolution of Cetitan was going to look like this, and yeah, I fell in love with him instantly. He's like a little toddler, isn't he? He's a Citoddle, obviously, but I love him. I really do love him, and definitely a fantastic pre-evolution for a monster of what is Cetitan. But moving on to Cetitan, I'm going to put Cetitan at the bottom of the S tier, because again, I did have one on my team. I think it was a very good Pokemon, very, very powerful. Very good stats as well. I would love to use one in the Elite Battle League at some point. I would love to use one. Cetitan is really, really cool. And yeah, at first I wasn't too crazy about it. I saw him and I was like, I need to warm up to this Pokemon. But once I had one on my team, yeah, I really did like him quite a lot. Now we have the pseudo-legendaries of the region, and I really like them. So we'll start off with Frigibax. Yeah, I really like his design. He's a little, like, frog thing. I can't explain what he actually is. I think he's like a little frog. He's pretty cute. I like him. I think I'm going to put him, I'm going to say about here in the B tier. Not too crazy on him, but I like him. I do really like him. You know, I've got no hatred for any of the pseudos, actually. So, yeah, he's decent. Then he evolves into, I think it's called Archibax, something like that. I think I like him that little bit more than Frigibax. You can go in the B tier, mate. Then we have the final evolution. The name, oh my god, Baxcalibur. What a beastly name! Wow, just wow, what a quality name for a pseudo legendary. And I think it's definitely up there with Garchomp. However, I don't know where to put him. I like him. I never had one on my team. I never actually caught one until post game. So I don't know how I feel about him. But I think that as a fair decision to make for him, I'm going to put him at the top part of the A tier. Not quite ready for S tier just yet, because you know. But design wise and name wise and just everything, quality mon. And I think they've done a great job with the Baxcalibur. The great job with the pseudo legendary in this game. Now we have Tatsugiri, and yeah, I'm sorry. A lot of people are going to hate me for this. Because not many people are crazy on Tatsugiri, but you can go. This is going to annoy people so much. I'm going to put him in the S tier. This thing is my 4th favourite Pokemon in the game. Actually, you know what? I think I might play around with the order after at the end of this video, because I'm starting to question things now. But Tatsugiri, I loved him. As soon as I went into that False Dragon Titans story, if you like, it shocked me. You know, you beat the Dondozo, and you thought, oh yeah, I finally won, and then all of a sudden the little Tatsugiri just comes up and powers up, and I found that so humorous, and it just made me love him a lot. And I love the idea of the 3 different forms as well. I think that's pretty cool. Shinies, yeah, but again, this isn't a shiny video, so I'm going to disregard that. But Tatsugiri, definitely up there, one of my favourite Pokemon from the region. It's just cool. It's just cool. Now, Cyclizar, I'm not too crazy on. I don't know. I've mixed feelings on Cyclizar. Obviously, as I said earlier about spoiler warning, story-wise, this is a modern-day version of the 2 box art legendaries. So it's not a legendary as such. It's not even a pseudo-legendary, which actually surprises me. I'm surprised this thing isn't a pseudo. But I'm not crazy on it. I'm going to put it down the bottom of the B tier. I'm not too crazy about it. It's okay. It's not something I opted for in my team. But yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Right, we're coming to the end now. We've still got a lot more to go though. So I'm so sorry. This is a very, very long video. It's a long ass video. I'm really, really sorry. You're going to be here forever. I'm really sorry, but hey ho, you know, there's a lot of Pokemon to cover in this one. There's a lot of Pokemon. Right, so we have the Pormy line. When I first saw it, I didn't know how to feel. I like Pormy. I really do like Pormy. I'm going to put Pormy up in the A tier. I like Pormy. Pormy's pretty sick. The evolution-wise didn't go the way I wanted it to. Pormo can go at the bottom of the D tier. Pormot can go at the top of the D tier. Yeah, it just got bigger. I did have one on my team when I finished the game, don't get me wrong, and you know, it did shock me a little bit that, you know, it had an evolution, because not many of the Pikachuns have evolutions, but I think I'm not crazy on it. It is what it is, I suppose, but it just got bigger. That's all. Typing's pretty cool though. Electric fighting, you know, I've always wanted an electric fighting type, but they didn't execute it properly, I don't think. I think this is probably the only design in the game that was quote unquote lazy. But yeah, I'm someone who believes in it is what it is, but I'm not crazy on them. Then we have one of the regional birds, which is Wattrel and Kilowattrel. Wattrel was actually my first ever shiny in the game. Just wanted to point that out. Wattrel and Kilowattrel is pretty cool. Again, not a Pokemon I'm crazy on. I did have one on my team. I had a Kilowattrel on my team for, I would say, about 50% of the game, and it definitely helped me out in a lot of situations. And Flying Electric is such a sick typing. You know, I really, really like that typing a lot. Obviously, we had Emolga in Gen 5, which obviously was also a Flying Electric, and yeah, I really liked it. Wattrel and Kilowattrel, I'm going to put them in the middle. I'm going to say in the middle of B tier. They're both very, very cool. I did replace them though after about half of the game went through, and yeah, I like them though. As I said, it was my first shiny, so that's probably made me like them a little bit more than I did at first. But it's just very derpy, especially Wattrel. Wattrel's got a very derpy face. Similar to obviously Fuecoco, it just doesn't look like it's got any thought behind those eyes. Then we have Bomberda, which was another one of the Titans. I think it's a pretty cool idea. It sort of reminds me of, I can't remember the name of the type of bird, but I know that they are, it was the bird that was used in Dumbo, you know, where they took the babies to the parents. I'm guessing that's what it is anyway. It's decent. I never had one in my team. I never opted to have one in my team, but then again, I don't dislike it. But I'm going to put this, I'm going to put this in, I'm going to say, behind Bellybolt. I think it's, you know, right dead centre of the tier. I think it's very, very fair to put him there. And, yeah, but again, I did not for one on my team. Then we have the little Yoshi birds. If you're wondering why I'm calling it that, when you kill one, just listen to the noise it makes. It literally sounds like Yoshi has died. It's so funny. I can't remember their name, though, for the life of me. So, Sarah B, I need you again, mate. Squawkabilly. They're decent. They're pretty cool. They got like the little Elvis, you know, the little Elvis haircut again. Actually, no, they remind me more of. Oh, I can't remember his name either. He's in the film Grease. I can't remember. Hold on, I need to look this one up because that's going to bug me this whole video. There we go, found it. John Travolta. He reminds me of the haircut that he had in the Grease film. I'll post a picture up somewhere just to show you what I mean. Squawkabilly's pretty cool, and I like that, again, they've got different sort of, not really different variants, just different colours, really. And I thought they were okay. I don't think I like them as much as most Pokemon in the game, but again, no hatred on these Pokemon in the slightest. I'm going to put these at the bottom of the B tier. You know, they're average. They're very average, but they are pretty cool as well. Now, I'm going to piss a lot of people off here. Flamigo. Now, there's a lot of people I know that dislike Flamigo a lot, and I'm not one of them. Flamigo, I'm going to put, if it'd actually let me drag him, I'm going to put in the middle of the A tier, I think. I quite liked him when I first saw him. I was like, I know he's just a flamingo, but the name Flamigo is very creative. And yeah, I love him. It's Flamigo. This thing is a psycho though, because every time you're anywhere near one, they just lunge at you. They scare the living crap out of me. But yeah, no, Flamigo is definitely in the A tier for me. Right, I want to get through the rest of these very quickly, but not as quickly as because I don't want to rush it. But I'm nearly up to an hour of this recording, so I'm gonna be here forever. But Clorf, we got old Clorf. I love Clorf. I love Clorf. You can go in front of Ceruledge. I think that's fair. It's Clorf. Nothing more needs to be said. Nacli. Nacli is another one of those Pokemon which confused me. I think I get the point of it. It's supposed to be rock salt, but beyond that, I think it was very too basic for my liking. But I don't hate it. I'm going to put this one in front of Pormo. And the same for the mid evolution. I can't remember his name, but I don't really care. It's literally just Minecraft. It's meh. It's okay. They're okay. I don't hate them. I never opted one on my team. However, I did have the final evolution on my team very late game because I actually quite like it. Garganackle. I really like this Pokemon. I did have him on my team. I think I like him over quite a lot of Pokemon in the game, but not as much as Palafin, I don't think. So I'm gonna put him in the A tier. He's pretty decent. Very cool Pokemon. Very cool. Very cool sort of design, I think. And yeah, it was actually a powerhouse quite late game, to be honest. It really helped me out in a lot of those gyms, a lot of those the late Titans and the late Star challenges. He really did help me out quite a lot, and he's very good in raids as well, especially against like flying types. Next we have Glimmet and Glamora, and I think these are pretty cool. I fell in love with Glimmet and Glamora when I first saw them. Obviously, first time I saw Glamora was against the champions, so naturally I was like, what is this? This is really cool. I'm going to put them both in. I'm going to put Glimmet at the bottom of the B tier, and I'm going to put Glamora I would say just behind Scovillain. I think that's a pretty fair place to put him. I think he's really cool. Very cool design, and very interesting as well in terms of post game. But I won't go into post game that much, besides obviously the Paradox Pokemon, because I don't want to spoil that part for anyone, even people that have already played it. It's such a good story, man. It's such a good like end game of the story that yeah, it's pretty cool. Now, I'm sorry to everyone who sees this bit, but Grafaiai didn't need a pre-evolution. Didn't need a pre-evolution. I'm going to put him at the top of the F tier. I just don't think it needed a pre-evolution in the slightest. I think it could have been better if he was just a solo Pokemon, similar to Smeargle. So, yeah, I've basically put him down there. But Grafaiai, when I first saw him, I fell in love with him, and I thought he was one of the best Pokemon in the game. After I used him, though, and I used him in battle, I wasn't too sure on him anymore. And yeah, design-wise, I would have still put him in S tier, but for usability, he really gets dropped down quite a lot. I'm going to put him at the bottom of the A tier because it just wasn't. It didn't stand out to me. He was off my team quite quickly, to be honest. So I don't hate him. I just don't. I don't think he was very good in battle. He just wasn't good at all for me. We have Fido now as well. Fido's really cool. I like Fido. I'm going to put Fido at the bottom of the A tier because I really like Fido. Very, very cute Pokemon. I love the idea of him, and yeah, it looks like a little squishy boy. Then we have the evolution Daxbun, or Dachsbun. Anyway, and I love him. I saw Daxbun, whatever you bloody say. I'm going to put him in front of Glamora. I really like him. I like the idea that he's gone from, like, you know, raw dough into like a bun. It's just so cool. And yeah, he's a good boy. I really love him. I didn't have one on my team, but I do have one on my team now. And he's also a huge help for those Charizard raids, which I think are currently going this weekend, actually. So, you know, get your Charizards done with the Dax run. Then the next Pokemon we have on the list. This is getting really long now because look, we've got so many Pokemon. We've still got quite a lot to go. We have the dogs. Oh my god, the story of the Titans was very emotional, and I'm hoping somebody out there cried like I did, because I don't want to be the only one that cried at that story. So we have Maschief, and Maschief is really cool. I love his design. I'm really happy that Arven's Mabostiff had a pre-evolution. I really like him, so I'm going to put him at the top of the B tier, and then I'm going to put Mabostiff. I'm going to put Mabostiff just in front of Dachsbun because I think the story made me love Mabostiff a lot more because it was such an emotional story. And honestly, when I got onto the Titan challenges, once I did the second one, because I was doing them all kind of, you know, one at a time. So I did like one Titan, one Gym, one Team Star, and I was doing that until I beat the second Titan, and I was like, yeah, I need to beat all the Titans now because I want to save the little doggy. So yeah, that's basically why I did the story, the Titan story first. And yeah, I love Mabostiff with a passion. It's very cute. Then we have a Pokemon that was random, I think, but I don't hate it. I don't hate it in the slightest. I think it's called like Bramblin. Yeah, Bramblin. So we got Bramblin, and I don't hate it, but I don't like it either. I never had one on my team. I'm going to put him, however, at the top of the D tier. And then Brambleghast, on the other hand, I'm going to put at the top of the C tier because I think Brambleghast is a very cool idea. I like that it's a ghost type. I really love my ghost types, especially in this generation. I think the ghost types really did shock me quite a bit. So yeah, Brambleghast is okay. I never opted for one on the team, but it is what it is. We have Gimmighoul now. Okay, so Gimmighoul is a funny one for me. The fact that you can't catch the roaming form upsets me. I think it'll be a Pokemon Go event, most likely. But that doesn't make me dislike him. But I am going to put him at the bottom of the B tier, along with the chest form. Can go in the B tier because it's decent, it's okay. But I feel like the only point of them really is just to evolve one. Really, there's no other point to them. And I've noticed that like I never had one on my team. It was never that important for me, and I never really had one until post game anyway. I didn't really bother. So yeah, I don't hate it, I don't like it. It's just in the middle. But we have Golden Go. Now this thing is a different scenario. I'm going to put him in second in the B tier. He is very cool. I love the idea of him being the 1000th Pokemon ever. Is quite a cool, you know, little certificate that you can have. You know, he is the 1000th Pokemon in the National Pokedex, and yeah, he's pretty decent. However, the way to evolve Gimmighoul is a pain in my backside, and it made me very angry about Golden Go. So, you know, but he does surf. He's a little surfing dude and pretty decent. But I never had one on my team till post game. Okay, now we're coming to the end of this. Finally, we have the Area Zero Paradox Pokemon. So we have Great Tusk, Very, very cool. Very cool design. Very, very cool Pokemon. He's going to go at the top of the A tier. I think I fell in love with this from that initial trailer when they first announced them. Yeah, I love him. I love him. He's just sick. Then we have Brute Bonnet. Brute Bonnet is okay. I wasn't too crazy on it. It was my first shiny Paradox Pokemon though, so I'm going to put him, I don't know, I think I'm actually going to put him at the bottom of the B tier. Yeah, it is what it is. It's okay. I wasn't too crazy on it, to be honest. But then saying that, I never really was a big fan of Amoonguss anyway, so yeah, it just doesn't stand out to me really. Then we have Sandy Shocks. Now this thing is pretty cool. I didn't expect it, to be honest. I didn't actually expect it, and it really did shock me because no pun intended. But no, it's decent. I think I like it a lot more than Brute Bonnet. I think I like it a lot more than Golden Go. I don't think I like it as much as Mash Chief though, so I'm going to put him in the B tier, right at the top though, pretty much right at the top. But I don't like it as I never really had one on my team late game, so wasn't too bothered about it. Then we have Screamtail. Screamtail, baby, I love you. You're going in A tier. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think Jigglypuff just didn't get enough love for a very, very long time, and I'm so happy that he got some love now, finally. And I think it's just so cool. It gives a sort of primal kind of aspect to Jigglypuff, and yeah, it was pretty sick when I first saw it. I was like, oh my god, I love it. I love it. And I did have one in my team late game as well, so hey ho. Then we have Fluttermane. Fluttermane is very cool. I really do like that pre-evolutions of Pokemon are getting a bit of love in these games, in the sense of giving them like past and future forms. It's pretty cool. I think Fluttermane I'm going to put just behind the Dunsparce. I really like Fluttermane. I didn't have one on my team late game though. I wish I did, because this thing is a powerhouse. Especially again against those Charizards, it's a bit of a powerhouse. Then we have Slitherwing, Volcarona, man. I love Volcarona already, and this just makes me like it even more. I think you can go just above. I'm going to say no. I'm going to put you actually. I'm going to put you quite high. Yeah. I'm going to put you just in front of Fluttermane actually. I really like Volcarona, and this just made me love it even more. It's very, very cool. Then we have the Salamence. I forgot his name though, his actual name. It's called Roaring Moon. That's the one. Roaring Moon, very awesome. Very, very awesome. You're going to the top of the A tier. Very cool design. Very cool idea. And I'm happy that Salamence is back. I really like that Salamence is back, and I love what they've done with Roaring Moon. Forgot his name again for a minute. But yeah, I need to get a shiny Roaring Moon, because the shiny's even better. I love the shiny. Okay, now we have the future Pokemon. Again, I never owned Violet, so I'm just going to base these off of design-wise. We have the Donphan. Nah, top of F tier. I'm not too crazy on this one. I think it was a bit of a random thing to give Donphan a future form that looks this way. I just thought it was a bit random, and I'm not the biggest fan of it. Then we have Iron Moth. Again, pretty cool. I don't think it's as cool as the past one. I don't think it's as cool as Slitherwing. I'm going to put this at the bottom of A tier design-wise. It's very, very cool. I like the idea that when it's kind of sleeping or powered down, the wings kind of go silver. I think that's really, really nice. But again, I'm not overly crazy about it, but I do like it still. Then we have Iron Hands. Oh, baby, I love this thing. Iron Hands is really, really cool. I'm going to put you just in front of Flamigo. I love Iron Hands to bits. I actually have one on my team, thanks again to JKXY, who helped me get one. And I really like Iron Hands. Then we have Iron Jugulis. Now, as much as I really, really like... No, it's similar, of course, to Hydreigon, which I really love Hydreigon. I think it's a very cool Pokemon, but... This one, Iron Jugulis, I'm going to put him at the bottom of B tier, because I don't know what it is about it that I don't like. It just seems a bit blinding and off-putting, if you like. That the colours on it just seem really fake. And it's just... I don't like it as much as I do others. So, Yeah, it is what it is. Now we've got Iron Thorns, design-wise, crazy design. Top of B tier. Phenomenal design, and it's so good to see Tyranitar in this form. I love T-Tar. T-Tar is a monster, and he's just so sick. And actually, I can say the same about Delibird as well. We've got the Iron Bundle. I'm going to put him just below Iron Thorns because Iron Bundle is very cool. Then with Iron Valiant, I got to put him top of B tier because Iron Valiant is pretty sick. I really want a shiny one of these things. They're just so awesome. You know, I don't think it's on the same level as Roaring Moon, but damn, this thing is crazy. It is really cool. And it's really nice to see Gallade as well. I mean, Gallade is because it's kind of like a cross between Gallade and Gardevoir. It's kind of like a mixture of both, which I think is really interesting. And it sort of reminds me also of Mega Gallade in a sense as well. So it is really cool. I think I like it that little bit more than Iron Thorns. Now we've got the legendaries. They have Chinese names, which I can't remember off the top of my head, so I do have to go to Cerebi for this one. So the first one we need is the one that looks like Elden Ring, which is called... The Elden Ring one is Ting Lu. So Ting Lu is probably my least favourite of the four legendaries. The four, I don't know what they're called, like the legendaries that need the stakes. I can't think what they're called, but I'm going to put Ting Lu down here. Then we have the little cat one, like the little ferret or whatever it is, Chen Pao. Chen Pao is really nice. I'm going to put him just above Iron Bundle. Yeah, Chen Pao is really nice. I love that design. I can't think what it is though. Is it like a ferret or a... I don't know what it is actually. I want to see what this is based on because Chen Pao is a really cool design. I just don't know what it's based on as such. Chen Pao, I don't know. I don't know, like a mongoose maybe a mongoose. It's sort of like a mongoose, I suppose. It's sort of like a ferret, mongoose, meerkat kind of thing. I don't know. Can anyone tell me in the comments? I'm quite interested to see what this is based on, Chen Pao, because I really do like it. Anyway, on to the next one. We have the snail, which is called... The snail is called... Wo Chen. Wo Chen is pretty cool as well. Decent typing. Grass Dark. Is it Grass Dark? Yeah, Dark Grass. Grass Dark, same thing. I'm going to put that in the B tier. I'm going to say just above Belly Bolt. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And I never realised this till late on. I'll bring up a bigger image here actually. The eyes are like the little brambles in its head. I didn't know that, and I didn't notice it till very late on. So I don't know why, but that made me like it that little bit more. But I think it would have been sick if this was a ghost type rather than a dark type. And then finally we have we have the beautiful boy. We have the beautiful boy. Chi Yu is so cool, and I know it's just a goldfish, but man, it's a fire type. It's a fire type goldfish. How can you not like it? That's going up here, above Roaring Moon, above everything. It's so sick. It's so cool. And you can imagine, it's still on my team today. I don't think it's ever left my team unless I'm shiny hunting. So it's just such a sick mon. And yeah, as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, I want one. I hope they bring out plushies of these things. I really do, because I really want one. I really want a plushie of this. Okay, then we have our last two, the box art legendaries. We have Koraidon, which I think these should go back to back because I love them both. I'm going to put them both at the bottom of S tier. I think the box art legendaries this generation are crazy good, and they've done a very good job with them. I think I've seen both of the shinies as well. Makes me like them that little bit more, but we'll talk about shinies another time. But yeah, Koraidon, Miraidon up there S tier. I think they're probably up there, some of the best legendaries out there in my opinion. And also the backstory of them as well, and how they come to be in existence as well is very interesting. And obviously, if you've not actually played the story, I'd recommend playing it, because especially the endgame bit. The endgame bit is where it explains where they come from, and yeah, it's just really cool. So yeah, that concludes our tier listing video. As you can see, not a lot of Pokemon I really dislike, but a lot of Pokemon I really do like. So it just shows you that that this game is very good for their new Pokemon, their new regional variants. There wasn't a lot of regional variants, I realise that, but there's a lot of convergent, whatever the word is, species. You know, like the Bug Trio and all that. But yeah, I'm very pleased with these games. I think this is definitely my favourite Pokemon game out there at the moment, and I love it. I really do love it. And finding these Pokemon shiny in the overworld without a sound actually makes me more excited to see it. So yeah, it's just really cool. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think I need to actually fiddle with this anymore. I don't think I need to move anyone around. King Gambit is my favourite Pokemon in the game now. However, actually no. Oh, it's a tight one because I love King Gambit. I love Tinkaton as well, but then I really love him as well. And when I saw Palafin Zero to Hero, I was actually really excited to see him. And but then I love the fish as well. I don't think I should change any of it. I don't know. No, you know what? Zero to Hero, mate. You're going up here, and then the fish can go second. The fish can go second. But yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, I'm going to get a lot of hate in the comments. I usually do with these sorts of videos, but you know what? I don't care. Anyway, I'm going to quickly end off this video because my recording is 1 hour and 15 minutes long, so editing this is going to be fun. But anyway, yeah, if you have enjoyed, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on those push bell notifications so you never miss a new video or stream from me. Of course, again, congratulations to the winner of the TCG card case. I hope you really enjoy it, and I will reach out to you very soon, or if you reach out to me first, that's also fine, and then we'll discuss what's happening moving forward. So yeah, I'm gonna end it off there, everyone. With that, I've been Nate, you've been great, and I'm out of fucking breath. See you later, everyone. Take care.